challenge, and Bini and Emma, no, it is Welsford on the line, and what a late finish and run by Gramai as well.
For you, so if you buy one, you can't use it.
Fairly cheaply, Carlton. What would be the maximum price you'd pay for a head sock?
For a time trialing wimple. I'm not quite sure.
Right, what sort of,
what I do
on the other side, what sort of contract would they have to offer you to put one over your head?
Well, you know, I am quite follically challenged, so I don't actually need one. The air flows rather nicely over my ponds. 81.9, so I'm not even in the market, no matter what the price. Anyways, yes, I mean, the great Robbie McEwen, of course, has a quiff to die for. You can almost run barefoot through his hair. That luxurious it is. It's jealousy, that's what it is. So, can Bini and Emma dig in today? Of course he can. There's a few riders who will have an option today, Robbie.
Yeah, and I spoke about Bini and Emma before, and this type of stage, 225 kilometres, that not sort of a climber's climb towards the end, but one that's going to sap the legs of the more pure sprinters, and I believe we'll see them go out the back, the likes of Tim Merlier. There'll be a couple of others at the moment. Far left of the peloton, just the battle there. There's Caleb Ewan poking through the middle, just trying to make his way further towards the front. Got a couple of teammates around him. But at the front, Oscar Ezebeker from Alpecin to Koenig, he is starting to stretch things out as they go through 3K to go.
Jonathan Myland in the Young Riders jersey. This is that first of the big turns that I was telling you about. It's a nasty one, worse with a roundabout just before it. That almost seems unkind. Well, Alpecin de Koenig have just about set their stall out already with Jasper Philipsen absolutely there. On his wheel is the wheel of the Ciclamino jersey is the white jersey of Jonathan Milau. Also tucked in here a few other hopefuls, including Alexander Kristoff himself. A few others on the blower, acting as a defensive witness, I think, to what we're seeing right now. And there's a little bit of space opening up for others to move up and through. Case Boll, who we mentioned earlier on today, I think about having a dig for Astana, I believe it is. 2.3 kilometres to go as we look further down as to this group. And who's going to take the first bite of the cherry? And yet again, you know, Axe, they often at a moment like this just fill our screens and our minds. And Lidl Trek are also absolutely where they want to be at the moment, on the point, making potentially a big one. 2 kilometres to go. Now then, that's the right-hander we have taken, and suddenly it starts to get a bit gnarly. This is where it starts to pick up. Maximum percentage we're going to have to deal with around here is around 7%. Is it going to be too much for some after a big day in the saddle here, Robbie?
Could well be. Well, it's Ed Turns from Lidl Trek who's guiding them in at the moment. He's just looking over his shoulder to see the whereabouts of Jonathan Milan. So Turns is done. He pulls off to the side. Milan there in second, third position at the moment. One of the riders of Astana just setting the pace, but not having any teammates anywhere near him. Velasco must be the closest, the Italian champion. He's been sort of stalking the wheel of Jasper Philipsen. There he is behind the Ciclamino jersey of Philipsen. Now the hit out comes on the right-hand side from Israel Premier Tech. Strong, and is Ethan Vernon up there as well? No, he's not yet.
Corbin Strong is the man on the back of Simon Clark here, whose mouth is agape, and it's just starting to get worrisome here. A few others coming to join the fray, and Israel Premier Tech look like they're in bossing mode just for the time being. Lots of riders spat out the back. The white jersey here is of Milan is very much in the frame now. When's he going to go? That's the big question. 1.2 kilometres remaining. Now, don't forget, we've got this 180 coming up for you. It's a left-hander. It's coming up, screaming up at us as the Ciclamino's struggling to stay with, but it does flatten out just a little bit. He's in wheel 5 at the moment. That is Jasper Philipsen. And here is that turn we were telling you about. Nasty pinch point, and it looks like the gas company have been through here and laid a cable. Well, let's have a look. Let's see. Uneven road surface then to have to deal with. Ethan Vernon looking in a happy place as well here. What a finale we've got here, Robbie.
Yeah, well, Milan, he has been just impossible to smash out of the top 5. Sitting third wheel at the moment. Jasper Philipsen looking really comfortable. Rush coming from behind now, and now Alberto Bettiol is up there, powerless as well. no sign of Caleb Ewan not being able to hang in there, but Milan looking so powerful. But Jasper Philipsen now moving up on the right-hand side around the Cofidis rider of Zangler and onto the wheel of Milan. He's coming himself there now. Yep.
Bauhaus also wants to be part of proceedings. This is the little flick-flacks that you've got to deal with. Now, there's a big turn coming up. Zingler is also yet again involved. So indeed is Anielkowski. But here is the big squeal of the brakes. Horrible, horrible. You're going to get spun out to the wrong side of the road. Big crash, and it's happened. Well, there you go. Arkea are now digging in for glory here. This is phenomenal for them. And the big rise is way in front of us. Phil Bauhaus has got an option here. So has the white jersey as well. Is he going to get there? Milan's in of the road. Is he going to on the throw? Oh, what a win that was for Bahrain Victorious. They planned that absolutely to perfection by the looks of things. Nico Hart and Phil Bauhaus involved at the very last, but a crash really is what this is going to be remembered for. And what a nightmare scenario we've had. We said it was sketchy at the end, and so it proved to be, unfortunately. And Jasper